10th anniversary of the events of 9/11 is a very important time, and it's going to be used in legitimate and illegitimate ways. A legitimate way to use it is to say a tremendous crime was committed on this day, and we're going to mourn, we're going to grieve, and where appropriate, we're going to be indignant. We're going to try to, use this as to stimulate us, to find out some things about the world. It's legitimate to do all those things. What's illegitimate, in my view, is to use it to perpetuate myth, lies, fantasies, and to say to people, here are the messages I'm worried about. I'm worried that one of the messages is going to be, this is in the past now. 10 years have gone by. We're going to bury this. It's sacred. It's part of the sacred history of the United States, but it's no longer open for discussion. It's closed. And a few kooks, a few cranks, a few revisionists will challenge it from time to time, but sorry folks, this is now fact. It's in the history books. The little kids will be reading their history books and they'll read about Al-Qaeda, and that's it. There are actually many events of this kind that need to be investigated where the state, even in the so-called democracies in the West, the state is refusing to act. Well, we need to have a way in which civil society can hold the state and elements within the state to account. We have physicists, we have engineers, we have historians, we have social scientists. We have all kinds of people who know how to investigate things. We don't have to wait for the state to tell us it's okay. We're going to investigate now. We have been investigating increasingly over the last 10 years since these events took place. And these hearings are simply one occasion, one forum in which we bring forward some of the evidence that these folks have accumulated, that they have built up. We have every right to do it. We have the skills to do it. We don't have to, as I said, we don't have to wait for the FBI. We have people just as good as the FBI that know how to investigate these things, so we're going to investigate them. That this is an unusually convincing body of evidence. In other words, when you're challenging intelligence agencies, which we are, you very seldom have the chance to say, we don't just think you're wrong. And we don't even just have strong evidence that you're wrong. We can actually prove that you're wrong. It's not that often that we can do that. And in these hearings, one of our objectives is to present a brief but powerful demonstration of the flawed nature of the official narrative. To present the case that this narrative has failed and that therefore we need to look elsewhere. And in the process of this, the hearings are also doing something that I hope will be very important for civil society. We're sifting through a lot of evidence. This happens in two phases. First of all, when the steering committee that's behind the hearings has to sift through a lot of evidence to decide what shall we present. We only have 4 days, and we've got so much material we could take 4 months. We got 4 days. So we have to establish criteria, we have to prioritize, and so on. That's stage one of sifting. The second stage is the panel. Okay? We have this evidence presented by expert witnesses to a panel of citizens. In this case, our panel of discerning citizens will be distinguished people whose judgment we trust. The panel then undertakes stage two of the sifting. They say, we found this convincing, we didn't find this convincing. We find this strong evidence, we find this to be weak evidence. In theory, the panel could throw it all out and say, it's all weak. Or they could say it's all strong, that's up to them. But in any case, this is an important stage of sifting, so that at the end of this double process, we end up with some evidence that we feel is appropriate, it's in many ways best evidence, that we can then use when we present it to further elements in civil society, population at large, professional organizations, governmental and non-governmental bodies, and so on. When the whole thing is over, the panel will deliberate, will reflect, and will produce a report. And the report will be written up, and also the hearings will be produced as a DVD. We know that not everyone can afford to attend these hearings, so we're going to live webcast the whole thing to make it as widely accessible as we can. Others, of course, will want to be physically present because it's a historically important event. We also have a group of people we're referring to as patrons. And what that really means is people who are willing to endorse this process of hearings, who are willing to have their names publicly associated with it. And some of them are, eminent people in general. Some are members of victims' families from 9/11. There are a variety of people who have a great deal of public credibility on this issue, but we need donations. And we've had a couple of very generous donations. I would just like to make another appeal to people. This is historically important. We're all in this together. We're trying very sincerely to make this a nonpartisan, historically important event. Please help us. We're going to give strong evidence that the official narrative, in crucial respects, is wrong, and that there are huge implications